First, you have to ask, does my spirit speaks Hebrew? Okay. And why actually there is, or why I thought it's right to allow the sound of the Hebrew to actually, without understanding, which is better than us reading it and thinking that we understand it. So there are two, it's almost when we read it and you read it, that it's right and left. So it's, this is the, I know this is the list. Can you bring me the כללי החברותה? So the first paragraph is in English is not so. So there is sense of, let's say that the sound of the letter, the sound of as an, let's say, common opening for Hebrew and English. They hear the same sound, so it means the same sound should indicate that they have the same want, the same need. Okay, that sound plays on that, and this is one heart, even unconscious. Okay, so this is actually now not so much to do with, of course, the content of it applies, because it has to do to sort of to remind us about this love of friends, the meaning of that. Okay, but if those who speak, let's say, revive the language, the Hebrew language within the daily life, and those which Hebrew is not their daily life, actually both of them don't understand the Hebrew. Cannot. Okay, so it puts us actually in a true starting point. So it reminds, I hope, definitely when, let's say, we're in a gathering or when they listen to it, that we are on the same boat. In that respect, I'm using the metaphor of a boat because Baal HaSulam is using it, or even the Zohar is using it. Okay, so if one is making a hole, the other will, when they will, ask him why you're doing it, and he's saying, well, I'm doing it in my place. The other will tell him, yes, but we will drown together, even though you're doing it in your place. So actually, making a hole in the boat is thinking that we understand. Because then in one way, I'm going to make it a bit harsh, you betray the contract with the group that we are seeking, we are asking. And asking is not just to ask for a question, is to learn, to be able to get credit, to be creditors in terms of what the higher can bestow upon us. So actually, this is the reason for living it in Hebrew, because it has to do with a common signal. This is Chavruta. Chavruta is a cell. Yeah, this is it. It's actually portray, okay, the debt of a cell to the common body that is actually comprised of other cells. So it's sort of there is, sometimes when you want to play the correct C, there is some sort of a tuner that you have, which actually you sort of sound the C, and then you're able to sort of tune your instrument. Yeah? איך אומרים קולן באנגלית? It's it's something that it looks like a fork with two, yeah, with two hands, yeah, and I think it's a tuner. This is at least most probably there is a professional name for it, but then so this Hebrew or quotation from Baal HaSulam, to hear it uh, in the same language, meaning in the same tone, that will allow us actually to tune together. Tuning fork. This is how it's called. Okay, so this, yeah. So I got the tune, the fork. Okay, so this is what it is, and this is why I chose to leave it in Hebrew and not to translate it. Um, not only because a lot is being lost in translation, we know it, but you are able actually to hold to something. But I think when we speak about, when we come together to be this forming cells, the language, the power which is within the language, as a common tuning fork is very important. So this, okay? So it's from a different angle. It's not to do with and sometimes when you hear and you'll ask to be translated, for the text to be translated, you will not understand it better.
We had a discussion about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you allow it to actually tune you, it's much better than to try to understand it and to grasp it in the understanding of translation. Right? So this.